Hello everyone. This video I will show how to create login form with this dashboard project by using FlatLaf look and feel, and don't forget to check it on GitHub for last update. And you already know this dashboard, you can switch theme style light and dark mode, and if you don't know this dashboard, please check link in description this video, or link GitHub project for the source code of this project. So now we need add one menu item here for Logout button. Go to menu class. Here we add it to this array. And now copy SVG logout icon, and paste to your project, in package menu.icon. Then change name to 11.svg. So here we see the menu logout here. So next we're going to create login form. Go to package form and create new panel. And name it login form. Now create one button login. To show this login form, we need to create this login form object in class application as the main frame. Now create login form, we can assign it as private. Now we need set the login form to content pane of JFrame first, to show login when application start. And next when we click on this login, we need show the main form. So now in class application, we need create method login, and then use method set content pane to the main form object. And for this method we need assign it as public static. Now go to button login form, then call application.login. But we need to call method repaint and revalidate, for method repaint use for update the graphics, and revalidate for update the layout. So next we need to click on this logout menu, and it will go back to the login form. Now create one more method for logout, it the same login method, but we the content pane method, we use login object. Then we need go to class main form, to create event for logout menu button. So the login menu index as 11. But when we change theme mode from dark to light or light to dark, the login form not update the color and UI. So now we can remove this code, and use FlatLaf method as FlatLaf.updateUI. And we use it both login and logout. So next we going to design the login form. Create new panel. Rename this panel to login. Now we create the login panel background color, so we need create color property, because we have dark color and light color. So for dark mode we use lighten color function 5% of background. Now we copy it to the FlatLaf light property for the light mode. But for light mode we use darken color function. Now copy this property key for apply to login panel. Use method put client property. And for the key we use flat client property.style. Now assign style background. And arc for round border, we use 20. Next we going to make this login panel in the center of frame. So we need use custom layout to do this. Create login form layout class, then implements from layout manager. So we need override all method, because layout manager is the class interface. So we can copy code in menu class. Here we need implement code in method layout container. First we get the width and height of the parent object. The parent object is the object that have used this layout. Then we assign the login width as 320. And for the login height, we use the size of the login panel. So now we can calculate the X and Y location. Then call login.setBounds to set the location and size of login panel. Set this layout to this login form. Here login panel now gets center of the screen. But we have a problem, let's see. Go to application class and set this frame to full size. Now it got full size, but when we increase the font size, here we see the login panel still the same size, but the all menu item and all component are auto scale, so we need our login panel are auto scale too. Go to layout custom, and here we use login width as 320, so we need use class UI scale to fix this class built by FlatLaf. Now the panel width have larger than before, and for height we need implement on new layout. Now start design by create title, text field, and password field. So we can design like this, because we will use the custom layout to control the location and size for all component. Now create new layout custom. We can copy from this layout. Then set this layout to the panel login. For this layout we use insets, because we need set the border insets for this layout. We need assign name to their component. Now we start create and prepare the layout location and size to all component. Now we run, it not show the component. Because we have changed the layout to this login panel, now I set it fixed to 500 pixel. So we can put the width as 0, because we have set the login width here as 320. But for the height we use base on the login panel height, so we need set the layout height as 500, but if for test, we will update it next. After create the layout, so we need to add border space to this login panel. We add the border here. But for the login title we need increase the font size. So we use client property, because when we change the FlatLaf font and property, it will apply all, so we no need to come and modify this title font again. So we use H1 font. Now we going to change the font and property. You can use any font, and make sure you have installed this font into your PC. Now the font has changed, but for the H1 font not change, so we need to create H1 font in File Property. So next we create the password button show and hide password. We use show reveal button as true. And show caps lock as true, to display caps lock icon when current keyboard have caps lock on. And for button login style, we remove the border width and focus width. And we add placeholder text to both text field and password field. So we can use client property with key placeholder text. So next we need add some style to this text field. For component focus width we use 1. And button round border we use 10. And for text round border we also use 10. So next we need implement the layout login panel height, because we have set it fixed to 500 for the layout height. So I change the font size back to 13. Here we see the login panel height not auto scale, because we have set it as 500 for the fixed size. So here we need to calculate all the component height, and width the gap space. And thank you everyone for watching. See you next video.